Oh, we missed it. Dang. Oh, well.
Ha.
You suck, David. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Prophetcast. Today is May 18th, 2014. I'm your host, Steve Hayes. With me today is the ever-impressive Dave Curry.
Hello.
And we are the Thought Prophets. The Thought Prophets is an atheist/secular group dedicated to the promotion of open discussion, continuous learning, skepticism, and science. You can check out our website at www.thoughtprophets.com. Follow us on Twitter by searching for Prophetcast. Also, I forgot all about this, that we created it. Also follow at Thought Prophets. We also have the Thought Prophets Twitter account, so follow us there as well, because, you know, we have it. Special guest tonight is from the Godless family, and just happens to also be from the other room. It's Amanda Hayes.
Hi there.
Mrs. Amanda Hayes, I should say. Hello, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah, I can't get enough podcasts, so you just got to take over mine too. Huh?
I do. Well, we'll see if the people complain at the end of the episode. If they do, then I'll back off. I'll never bother you again.
Do you mean complain more than they normally complain? Or?
That's true. Yeah, you do have a slew of complaints after each episode. So
You're putting a monopoly out there, Amanda. I mean,
right?
What's the matter with you?
what are you talking about?
You're going to be showing up on, like Scathing Atheist and
Exactly. Cognitive dissonance. Those guys, exactly.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm that cool.
Yeah. No, you're right. You
I mean, I am on this show, right?
Well, and
How cool can I be?
Weren't you asked to do something special for Coranify Me as well?
But I was going to bring that up later. Thanks for just, stealing that thunder.
Well, I'm going to steal it. Well, if we're talking about you, I mean, they're going to be like, wait, Prophetcast, the host? Oh, you mean Amanda Hayes' husband? Whatever his name is? Yeah. I know that guy. Sorry, yeah, we can bring that up later. I'm just excited. Like, I've since finding Paul and checking out his podcast and talking with him, he's fucking awesome. I'm really I really love his energy and shit. Like, it really gets me all pumped. So I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. Nope, David, I'm talking. Sorry.
Okay.
No, shut up.
I am excited because I spoke with the host of the awesome podcast, Coranify Me, and he asked me and another thought prophet, Candace Bell, to start a new segment on his show. And I believe Candace named it appropriately Unveiled. So that was really clever.
Oh,
way to go, Candace.
Clever.
I know. Hey.
Oh, that was good.
Shout out to Candace.
Hey.
So yeah, we're going to be bringing a different perspective to a show. Obviously, we are women, if you didn't know that. So we're going to talk a little bit about being a woman and hopefully tie it into his show somehow.
# skeptical.
Yeah. So you should watch that. It'll be starting, I think in a couple of weeks, we'll be starting our segment on it. So if you don't already listen to Coranify Me, I guess it's more listen than you should.
Yeah.
You should now, today.
Yeah,
not now, after this show.
No, right.
After this show.
Wait, come back.
Is after this show. That's.
I know, I was going to say that, and then Game of Thrones, right? So maybe after Cosmos and Game of Thrones.
Well,
check out Coranify Me, because it's a great show. I love it.
Absolutely. And you know what's also crazy? You know what else is a great show? Godless Family. And speaking of other shows and times, and as we're talking about Cosmos and all these other great shows, I'm almost thinking we should change our time. But speaking of changing times and Godless Family, didn't we mention Godless Family? Pretty sure
yeah, if you didn't already know, I am co-host of another podcast called Godless Family.
Yeah, I just said that.
Okay, thanks for the introduction.
Reiterating the point.
I am. Yeah, and we just recently moved our day and time from Sunday afternoons to Tuesday evenings. So starting on Tuesday, 2 days from now, we are going to be on at 6 Pacific time, 9 Eastern time. And hopefully you can make the switch and watch that show because it's a great show. It's about secular parenting. Yes. I co-host with Aubrey Adrianson, and she's the shit.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great show last time. I enjoyed listening to her daughter ask questions. And hey, excuse me, can we get back to my my school?
That
was awesome.
Thing ever. When she's like, do you have a question? She's like, no, I have a comment. I want to talk to you about what's happening at my school. And then 10 minutes later, like, do you have any more questions? I just want to talk about my school again. If I could interject. It's adorable.
Yeah,
I love kids.
She was cute.
Mm.
But yeah, you guys should definitely check out Godless Family. It's a lot. It's more. Well, I want to say kid-oriented. It's more, kid, young adult. There's no swearing like there is in the show.
And it's much more structured than what we have. I noticed that.
It is. It's really organized, and sometimes I feel. I mean, even I feel like really out of place. Like I like organization, but it's very structured. So it's
good.
Yeah, it's a resource for parents. So.
Yeah. I like that. Like she really makes sure that she gets through. You guys really get through. The points and make sure that it is, it's you get something out of it every single episode. So, I really enjoy that.
Word.
So yeah. Martin Pribble says that I think Candace doesn't show up as much as Dan Arell. Yeah, I agree. He doesn't. Dan Arell's a bit of a.
Wait, Candace?
Yeah, I think we were talking about Candace.
Talking about Amanda having a monopoly.
Yeah. What?
Oh, Amanda, not Candace.
Get your references right.
All right.
Seriously.
All right.
I'm married to you. But okay.
Sorry, what? You said what? You said something?
What?
Yeah. Hey, Crying Family's listening. Yeah, what's up, Paul?
Well, so if Paul is watching, if I could just interject, where's my script, man? Where's my script? I'm ready to start recording here.
And my dick pics.
Wait, you're gonna be on too, David?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What are you gonna be doing on it?
I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to disclose those kinds of details, but
fuck
I
off,
know
David.
that it's going to involve, I think, Farwarton, myself, and Candace.
Nice bunch of big names there.
Being on 2 segments of the show?
I have no idea.
Cool.
Because I don't have a script and I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Nice. So definitely check out Cranify Me to hear. Check out Cranify Me to hear some of the Thought Prophets.
Everyone but Steve.
Everyone but me. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. You're the host of this show.
I don't know.
He's better than the rest of us, you guys.
We're the personalities, though.
Oh, David. Jesus.
Oh, ouch. I know, right? All right. Well, boost that. Now that the ego's been boosted, let's get into the show. I feel like that was possible. That was good. Hey, so should we start with something funny?
Sure.
David, you mentioned this right before the show, and I only read through a little bit of it. Ken Ham. So apparently Ken Ham wants to debate Pat Robinson.
Yeah, I found this on the Friendly Atheist blog. We can have a link in the description, but I was looking through it before we started the show, and I saw this, and it was like, oh, we definitely have to fucking talk about this shit. Just because it's Ken Ham and Pat Robertson.
That's going to be a clusterfuck.
Because supposedly on one of the most recent 700 clubs, Pat Robertson came out to say that you have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to think that this Earth that we live in only has 6,000 years of existence. Which I think is fucking hilarious that we can actually agree on that.
Yeah, considering his background, that's really interesting.
Well, considering some of the things that he's said on his show about, like, marital advice and...
Oh, yeah, right.
What kind of marital advice?
You don't remember? Oh, we mentioned it in a podcast back.
I'm always looking for marital advice.
He was about the wife pleasing the husband, like being like, damn it. God, it was horrible.
It's horrible backwards thinking where, it's the whole leading into the wife needs to be subservient.
Yeah. It was that whole concept.
She's not happy because, or he's not happy because you're not giving him enough sex, or you're not appreciating him enough.
It was specifically cheating.
Him enough, and
it was cheating, remember? Okay, so I've got it right here. It was Pat Robinson to a woman with a cheating husband to just get over it. He's a man. And to just accept it. Stop talking about the cheating, said the televangelist. He cheated on you. Well, he's a man, and basically just move on and, just be subservient to him and, thank God that you still have a marriage and you guys are still together and you live in America and you guys are happy and some fucking nonsense like that. Yeah. Well, and again, it's Pat Robertson.
Pat Robertson, which I'm really wanting to do, like, This Week in the 700 Club or Stupid Shit Pat Robertson Says something. Give us ideas, somebody.
Not a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing little quips.
If you have cool Pat Robertson quotes, maybe it'll just be Pat Robertson quote of the week or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys should actually start a little segment where you take one of his gems for the week and just talk about it for a few minutes.
We're gonna be doing a couple of segments actually.
Well, I mean, let me just go ahead and get out the.
No, I want to talk about me. All right, fine.
Let me just get out the response that Ken Ham went back to say. There's a little bit more than what you have in our note here, but yeah, this is straight off of the Friendly Atheist blog. Ham is challenging Robertson to a debate, and he says, I wonder if Pat Robertson would be prepared to discuss these issues with me or one of our AIG scientists on the 700 Club. Or maybe in some sort of debate format at Regent University. We're certainly willing to do that.
We're certainly willing. We could charge admission.
Yeah, and
then we could sell the videos. Hey.
He goes on to say in his quote, maybe all of you reading this could challenge CBN/Regent University to allow such a discussion, debate, in forum to occur publicly. I wonder if Pat Robertson, who is allowed to state these things so publicly through CBN, will agree to have his statements publicly challenged and tested.
It sounds like he thinks that he won the last one.
I think he does think he won the last one. Like,
I feel
because he
like
has a book for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was
his
his main argument was like this one little book. I'm just not sure how he could think that he should take on another debate when he did poorly in the first one.
I mean, that's what some of the apologists. I mean, some of these major apologists do. Like Ray Comfort is another great example. He's been like he's been disproven and just beaten down enough where he just completely disregards what people say and just keeps selling his nonsense.
Yeah, and I mean, like, to these people in their mind, the evidence is just so clear and the Bible is just
overwhelming.
So reliable. Yeah, the evidence is overwhelming, and especially with, people like Ray Comfort, and
the banana
one. Hovind, they'll sit there and they'll say that you know that God exists. The only way that you could reason is by knowing God, and you can't understand reason and logic. And how do you know that what you know is correct without God? It's ridiculous.
We have a question that I think it's addressed to Amanda here. I think it's a little important. Amanda, speaking of marital advice, how do you balance having a healthy marriage when dealing with a narcissistic personality? I'm not asking about anyone specifically, just asking.
Wow, Paul, I don't really know how to take that. I'm not sure who should be offended in this case.
What?
What is the narcissist?
What is he talking about? Who's he? Is he? He said he's not talking about anybody specifically, so I don't understand.
How do you balance having a healthy marriage when dealing with a narcissistic personality?
She beats me a lot.
I would have to say, are you talking about like yourself being the narcissist or the other person being the narcissist? Either way, my answer is booze.
Booze.
So
that's a good choice.
Drink your problems away.
Hey.
Lots of alcohol.
Yes. That is the foundation of a healthy marriage.
It is.
From what I understand.
We both just yeah. Exactly.
Thanks for that great question, Paul.
Take it away.
Keep them coming.
Right. Hey. Yeah. Anyways. Anyway, so there's a few more serious things I suppose going on in this world, right? One of them. These next couple of things just go so well together. So I mean, we'll just start with serious and then work our way into something slightly more humorous, I guess. So for those who perhaps haven't heard about the woman in Sudan, she's been sentenced to death for apostasy because she is a Muslim, but she's not a Muslim. She's a Christian, but she's not a Christian because her father was a Muslim. So she can't be Christian, and because her dad was a Muslim, so she's Muslim.
Okay, wait a minute. I think that you need to actually tell the story the way that it is.
Okay. What? That's not. I'm not clear enough.
Man, no, not
it's
clear.
confusing enough as it is when it comes to religion and this nonsense. So, David, you went through some of this, so why don't you go ahead and...
Jeez,
Plus, I like your pretty voice, and we always talk
all
over you.
responsibility here.
David does have a pretty voice.
He has a pretty voice, and we talk over him all the time, So I
We
think
do. I feel bad.
I know, it's kind of disturbing.
Interrupting cow, that's me.
I feel like I need to...
Muhammad.
Oh,
That was
damn
good.
you.
That
Who
was
was? Who was?
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like C said, this has kind of been in the news pretty recently. I've seen it all over. I've seen it on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. I've even seen it on
if you go on Google,
Tumblr.
you'll actually find...
Yeah.
You seen it on Tumblr?
Yeah, I saw it on Tumblr. It was crazy. But then again, I follow a couple atheist blogs on there, so it's no...
Every day I'm tumbling.
Let me sing you the song of my people from Tumblr.
I don't know what the song of your people is from Tumblr. Go ahead, sing it, please.
No, that was okay. Nope.
I was excited there.
Me too.
Oh. Okay.
So the woman, her name
What do you mean to
is
tell you? It got bigger.
Miriam Ibrahim. Somebody tell me if I'm mispronouncing that.
You're mispronouncing
She's 27 years old, and she was sentenced last week to death for apostasy. And in Sudan, apostasy is, being a theocracy that they have over there in a largely Muslim population, it's considered a major crime worthy of, death, worthy of death. You are worse than a frickin' murderer if you denounce your religion. I mean, you don't even need to go from being Muslim to Christian. You can just go from Muslim to, I don't really want to pray today.
Yeah. Anything not Muslim.
Yeah,
and
as little as not praying or, just wanting to go to being, an atheist. That's good enough. Any, renouncement of your faith is considered apostasy and worthy of death. And like Steve was saying, her father was a Sudanese Muslim, and her mother was an Orthodox Christian from Ethiopia. And her father abandoned her and her mother when she was 6, and her mother had to raise her. Supposedly, by her testimony, her mother raised her as a Christian. But since, her mother is still considered her husband's property, she is still considered Miriam is still considered a Muslim because her father is Muslim, and the women don't have any sort of rights in those family situations. Right. So whatever, faith that she wants to be doesn't fucking matter. It's whatever the husband and the males of the family is.
Right, and they also don't see the marriage between the Christian marriage as an actual legitimate marriage. They think it's still.
They're also charging her with adultery because, it's fucking stupid and weird, some of the laws that they have within Islam when it comes down to women and divorcees.
You read their book?
The man can go back to his ex-wife at any point, and I think it's within a couple of years. Paul can correct me on this.
He will.
Yeah, he will. He can go back at any time and be like, "Hey, woman.
Hey, what's happening?
Let's do this. I'm horny and I want to get in bed and you're my wife again." So,
I like to move it.
Both parties need to be mutually, wanting to separate in order for her to actually be free of him. And so...
Yeah.
There's some sort of circumstance that is keeping that situation from happening, and... her father, they are still considered his property at this point. And so that's where the lawyer coming out representing her father's family is saying that the mother is actually a devout Muslim, and because her father was a Muslim, the courts have considered her to be one too, which would mean that her marriage to the non-Muslim man is void.
And this gets even better, right? Because it's not just her that's necessarily involved with this.
Nope. Her 20-month-old son is in prison with her as well.
In prison. Mind you, he said in prison.
I mean, not only is she, like 9 months pregnant, but she also has a 20-month-old that she is having to nurse. And there's reports coming out where, the child is getting regular ailments due to lack of hygiene, presence of just unsanitary conditions within these prisons. And
I can imagine.
They sentenced her to death, but the courts are saying that it's really just kind of, it still has, things that it needs to go through for that to be the final verdict. But they're already talking about issues of when they would actually carry out this death sentence, because in Muslim culture, the women are required by law to nurse a child until two.
Yep.
Yeah, until they're 2. So she would technically still be in prison with these 2 children, well, the 20-month-old until that baby turns 2, and then she would still be stuck in prison with the second baby.
Because she's pregnant. You didn't say that.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. Also,
she's pregnant. So it's she's and oh man, just okay. One last thing, and then we can finally start fucking discussing this bullshit.
Yeah, I want to talk now, David.
He was also convicted of the adultery, right? And so not only is she sentenced to death because she is married to a non-Muslim and she has denounced her Muslim faith,
and 100
but
lashes.
Yeah, she's going to be getting 100 lashes for adultery. I mean, if you want to add insult to injury right there, she's going to get fucking flogged because she committed adultery for not marrying a Muslim man.
Exactly.
That's so ridiculous.
It is, and man, it really, it really pisses me off the number of times I hear people say, let them have the religion. What is that called when not apologists, but they're apathetic. People are just apathetic to just religion. They're just, it doesn't affect you, it doesn't matter, things like that. You just look at shit like this, where the only thing that she done wrong. Wow, you were saying I was smart earlier. The only thing she's done wrong is she fell in love with someone that was not her country's commanded religion, and they're using Sharia law to force this on another person. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting.
That it is.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, I guess so you said something. I heard something actually kind of interesting. Kind of sidestepping, going back to Christianity, of course. One thing I kind of heard. I think it was Tracy Harris or Jen Peoples. It may have been Jen. Someone, Matt, maybe. But they were talking about. Yep, that was great. Whatever it is that she's getting 100 lashes for, adultery. That's it. Thanks. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. So they were talking about adultery, and one of the 10 Commandments is adultery.
Right.
Isn't it interesting that there's no commandment about slavery, and there is a commandment about adultery, and we still have adultery, but we don't really have slavery in the U.S. So, just thought that was kind of interesting. That one of the 10 Commandments is we're still having issues.
Always bring it back to slavery, man.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I cannot get past that in the fucking in most of these religious books. Like, how do you just overlook it?
That's the first thing that you talk to the Jesus gamers about, man. And then you tie this into slavery somehow.
It's disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely appalled by it.
It is disgusting. You would think that a perfect being would be able to say along, the same lines of thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not own another person as property. I think it would be easy enough, but...
What about rape?
Exactly.
In the 10 Commandments? Because I don't think it is.
Nope. No, actually, it depends. I mean, it depends if the woman cries out or not, but generally even the woman raped is punished. She is forced to marry her rapist, which you can go read the Bible. How about that? And rather than coming up with the verse right now, just go read the book. It's disgusting.
If we're gonna keep talking, a little bit about Islam, and we're bringing up all these Christian things. I mean, they have some policies in Islam also about that, where the rapist and the woman who got raped in I can't remember if it was like Iraq or Pakistan, but they stoned both of them. They punish both of them.
And killing, that fits the crime.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Not only does this woman get
both of them
raped, but she also gets the same sentence that her rapist gets, because now she is impure and no man would want her, and she's better off dead because she's only worth half the value of a man. Yeah,
the Quran is, I mean, like as far as I am in, episode 18. I'm absolutely disgusted by it. Like definitely more so than Christianity. It's actually funny. I remember one of the comments that Gamma said in one of the earlier episodes where he was like, "I read the Bible to feel, after reading the Quran, I read the Bible to feel better." I totally get it. Like, I totally understand. Like, at first I was like, that's funny, and now I'm like, holy shit, he's absolutely right. Like, the Bible's still horrid, but the Quran is just right off the bat. It's just. Man, it's nuts. Anyways.
You can't go more than a couple of verses without fire and torment being mentioned.
You really can't.
Wow.
Yes, it's serious. I think Paul mentioned torment like 9 times just in one episode, just in one, and within 50 verses or something like that. It was like 7 or 9 times. It was crazy. I don't really pay attention to what he says.
We are really, really giving Paul some airtime here.
Yeah.
I feel like we need some T-shirts or some mugs or something.
Oh, I agree. Dude, that'd be cool. I'd wear them. I'd pimp them. But
or like he could offer you a segment on his show. That'd be great.
Or something like that. And I would love to pimp some of the other podcasts too, like we were talking earlier about. Like Jake's podcast, Imaginary Friend Show, Cognitive Dissonance, the Scathing Atheist, Ask an Atheist. In here in Tacoma, there's a bunch of good podcasts and things going on. Adam Reek's Herd Mentality. How can you forget that one?
How can you forget?
Atheist Hangouts.
Atheist Hangouts. Gamma.
How can you forget?
What?
Whatever.
What? Oh, I was gonna say. I think I named it. I don't have any of these written down. Those are just ones I think I just got done listening today while my lovely wife sat and was drinking lemonade as I was digging a fucking hole in the middle of the yard.
Are you kidding me right now? I was drinking lemonade.
That's what I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. You were drinking lemonade.
I was drinking lemonade. Okay.
Yeah. You were saying hurry up, ting 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 ting. You fucking suck, ting 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 ting. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, sure. Dig faster. Are we done talking about this story? Because I did have one little comment that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, go for it.
Getting you back on track.
Close out that question, Steve. Jeez.
I just did. Just did.
All
right.
Yeah. So one of the things I found interesting in the article was at the end. Well, there's a few articles on it. I don't know if you guys posted it in the links that people can check out right now. But I guess they interviewed the husband. Her husband, and we're asking him, and he's talking about the horrible ordeal that they're going through, and just how much he wants to pray to feel better and pray for things.
How do you not see the hypocrisy in this?
I know, that's what I love about that. I was like, he's like, I'm just gonna pray. Like, oh, okay, well, good luck with that.
Yeah, right. That's worked so far. I would say
file an appeal, perhaps. Rally some support.
And the one true God, David. Come on, don't be an ass.
Before you pray.
You know that.
All right, fine.
There's only one. Highlander.
There could be only one.
Oh man, sorry. That's a really tough thing to read and listen to and hear, and I don't know.
Well, what's really sad for me is that this shit is happening all the time. This isn't really an isolated case. This may just be one that has piqued people's interest right now, but, women are being mistreated all over in these, Islamic theocracies, and
Well, women and non-believers and believers of other faiths and things of that nature.
Yeah,
But women definitely, like, please don't let me think for a second, or let you know, let me try to say, well, atheists too. Don't forget about us. No, women are definitely treated far worse. But
it's very sad.
it's very sad, and the best way to, to defend yourself or to do something about this is learn more about it, so that way at least you're educated and you can talk about it.
Yeah, definitely spread the word.
Yeah,
make sure everybody is aware of what's going on. That's the only way things are going to change.
Exactly. Yep. Speaking of things changing, did you guys hear about the Supreme Court and its fucking bullshit ruling? That is, I already see it turning around and backfiring, and I think we already got actually have something about it later on. But the Supreme Court ruled that had a 5-4 ruling that prayer is to be allowed before government meetings. It was Greece versus Galloway is the name of the or was the thing you can search for. Friendly Atheist had a pretty good blog that kind of summarized it all up. Keep pimping him. Maybe he should pimp us. You know what I mean? We should keep pimping the Friendly Atheist.
Do you know him?
Of course. Yeah, he and we hang out and chat all the time. Yeah, I proofread a lot of his stuff, and I give him some ideas and things. He hits me up all the time. No, I don't. I read a lot of his stuff. I really like he's been pimping. He's been pumping out some videos on YouTube and some good things. I don't necessarily always agree with everything he says, but I like what he's doing and like where he's going and things like that. But anyways, so what are you guys' feelings on this? I guess we could go with David. David, you look so.
Don't make me go first. Man.
Okay, fine. Oh, sorry, co-host. Way to pick that one up.
I feel like I always feel like I've been talking too much.
Well, I'll let you know. Don't worry.
Okay.
There's a. Yeah, never mind. Amanda, what do you? I'm gonna skip you then, David. How do you feel about it? So, I mean, I wouldn't say less. I would say you get less pissed off than I do. Let's say. So, I mean, what's your kind of take on?
Well, it still pisses me off. I think it's really, it's just segregating people. The idea of having a prayer at all just obviously negates the entire idea of separation of church and state.
Yeah.
Which is
what we were founded on. Infuriating.
But also, what they're primarily going to be doing Christian prayers, right?
Well, I mean, that's the assumption, right? Because they're
but I mean,
majority.
What about the people who are at these meetings who aren't Christians? You know, it's just like.
Well, those who don't pray at all.
Yeah, you're alienating people. And why the fuck do you need to bless town hall meetings?
You have churches and so many things going on. Why do you need another place?
What really makes me sick about this whole situation is the money and time spent in fighting for this.
Right.
What a fucking waste. It's really that important to you to talk to God before a fucking town hall or city council meeting?
There's a damn speed bump on, First Avenue that needs to be fixed that we could have put this money towards.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the problems that people are coming to you about, maybe put the money toward that because, plus it also kind of, well, never mind. We'll go into that later. I think it's irritated. Aside from the fact that it's alienating people and all of the wasted effort just for something that's so insignificant, it's stupid.
I agree. I absolutely agree. So actually, I mean, regarding this particular case, wouldn't it Paul from Coranify me? Wouldn't it be great to see a secular atheist agnostic actually? I see the air quotes. I really don't like that term, anyways. But man up and show dissent through actions. By the way, I don't know, getting up and walking out of the meeting. I mean, what do you guys think?
If you get up and walk out of the meeting and you had something important to talk about, that's not doing you.
Well,
You're not doing yourself any favors.
It's only for the prayer.
I think that he's talking more or less about, like, you know, once they actually start to do this this prayer, just getting up and walking out, or, you know, if they stand, remain seated. If they bow their heads, just kind of sit there and bitches. But
rock out.
I like the idea of talking through the prayer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I could just imagine, like, sitting there, not even under your breath, just being like, "This fucking bullshit. Why are we doing this? This is stupid."
No, I mean, I've heard of this thing happening through like military.
That I was gonna. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
They have all of these invocations and all these prayers that are not actually part of the original ceremonies for, like, promotions and things like that, and, you know, people can just walk out. You know, people can. It's frowned upon. You're going to be a little bit of a black sheep just because, you know, the military is so saturated with religion as it is that, you know, you're allowed to walk out. I don't see what the problem with, you know, people walking out of a town hall when they do this kind of thing. I think it would send a message, but
not that big of a message, though.
Yeah. It's a recognizable message.
I don't think it'd be as big as a message as doing an atheist or a secular prayer, or, as we have here, a satanic prayer, as the guy wants to do in Florida. Like, I mean, look at that. That was probably the best segue I think I've ever done. I'm just going to blow it up right here and just say that was awesome. So there's a guy that wants to do satanic prayer, and I mean, kind of going along the same lines as Paul, but in a different line. Yeah, it's getting late.
Parallel.
You know, whatever. Anyways, you know, I think that like this, and actually, like I said, kind of going along with what you were saying there with the military religious groups and chaplains and events and stuff. I almost feel like we as atheists are either just going to have to jump on board and do what it is that they're, you know, and do the same things that they're doing, or, you know, I mean, obviously, or, you know, completely abolish it and not let any of it. That's the most fair thing. Is if you don't let any of it, then you're good to go. But, you know, like when it comes to like secular chaplains, the chaplains in the military, for example, like we're trying to push for human or whatever they want to label themselves as.
Counselors.
Well, no, they're actually talking.
Would it be a chaplain at that?
Yeah, it should be fucking counselor. It should be a chaplain, a secular chaplain. No.
Right, but the only reason, and I understand.
No.
You know, the only reason is so that they could get the same kind of powers, because apparently chaplains and things have a lot of power.
Then how about we do a separate but equal?
No.
Oh, God. Oh.
More no.
Flying spaghetti monster now. Anyways, so kind of going back to the whole stepping into this Florida story, sort of, and see, there goes a great segue. Anyways, so I know, right? Yay! Stepping on the Florida stuff. So, you know, this guy wants to do a satanic prayer before a civic meeting, and I think that, you know, more than just kind of walking out, I think doing something like this, like doing something that's I don't want to say offensive, but, you know, in the Christian religion, for example, you know, Satan is an enemy. It says multiple times that, you know, he's an enemy and bad stuff. So I think that doing something like this just, you know, demonstrates just how silly and stupid it is to be doing this, and it also shows, you know, that's when people come out of the woodwork. You know, they come out of the woodwork and they say things like, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Damn.
Are we really going to get back into a discussion that we had yesterday?
There's, you know, they get all pissed off that it's not about their religion. You know, for example, it's somebody else's stuff.
Well,
no, we might, maybe.
We might, maybe. I'm about to bring it to that, because I mean, you know,
by the way, I won that Twitter fight. Just so you know, I have the proof.
Well, that's.
Is that what you're going to be talking about?
I didn't respond to you. No, yesterday.
Nothing good to say. How you like?
You guys had a Twitter fight?
Yeah.
Each other, you and David?
Oh yes. Yeah, we're derailing this bitch. It's important. Don't you flip me off, David. I see you.
No, I'm holding my.
Whatever. Yes. So I was having that discussion with that other person where, you know, they said that the internet was an organization, and that right at the end it had that Twitter fight thing. So I kind of wanted to look more into it, where it has some kind of algorithm or something where it tries to figure out who's winning in a battle between, you know, in Twitter. And so I realized that that the tweet that sparked it had the hashtag of like "Go fuck yourself," and so I think that it looked for like hashtags like that to start this battle or this fight.
Fighting words, or you can just do hashtag Twitter fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. So you can. So I sent something to David that just said like, you know, I wanted to look more into this, so go fuck yourself or something like that, and he didn't respond, and it just came back with, and Steve Hayes opened a can of whoop ass or something like that. It was awesome. So, anyways, go ahead, David.
Yeah, so going to a conversation that we were having yesterday where, you know, I don't know, I feel like we got a little heated into it, but...
Well, you were wrong, so there's not much I could do about
it. Whatever. You came to an understanding and a slight agreement of what I was trying to get across, and hopefully I'll be able to actually put my argument back out there a little bit better after you pointing out my inconsistencies, but...
what I do.
I think that when we have these kinds of situations where, you know, like they want to get a Satanist prayer put into, you know, the courthouse or wherever the fuck it is, City Hall, and like the Satanist monument that they wanted to put up there, I think that it's kind of annoying to me that it's the Satanists that are the ones who are actually coming out to do this, where I think that it would be more of an impact, or at least there would be more of an response if it was someone coming out and like a Muslim or a Buddhist or a Hindu coming out and saying, you know, we want to put up a monument, we want to have a Hindu prayer to do invocation, and then have them be denied the same way that the Satanists are. I think that, you know, that would cause a whole lot more recognition of just the hypocrisy that's going on here, where they say that they're, you know, pro-religion and pro-belief, but really they're just pro-Christianity.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
that's kind of my point.
And I think anybody on the outside can see that, though. I mean, like that's not news, you know. I mean, maybe it's not to us because we actually research and look into this stuff, but. You know, to like, I mean, who you could have called as soon as this ruling came out that all it's going to take is someone of non-Christian religion to come up with a prayer and demand it and then deny it for it to blow up, like, and not just to blow up, for Christians to come out yelling and screaming foul because it's not about their religion, like that's common.
I mean, going back to what we were
fuck you.
Getting hung up on yesterday. I mean, I just think that I'm not saying that Satanism is silly. I'm not saying that it's a joke. I'm just saying that if you're thinking about it from a Christian perspective, that worshiping Satan, you are wrong in doing that, and so they consider it to be a joke. And
wrong and joke aren't the same thing, though.
Well,
they think you're being misled. Versus they think that you don't actually believe that. That's what I was kind of saying yesterday.
Well,
I don't know. What a third party? Here you go. I don't know. What do you think about that, dear? I mean, Amanda, Miss Hayes.
Dear, oh man.
Oh, shit.
Like that. Okay.
I've ruined it.
I don't even know if I really want to get into your guys' argument. But I did
It's a discussion.
I'm gonna go off on a little tangent, and I just now while you guys were talking that mess. I did look up a little bit. Oh my God, what is that? What was that?
What was what?
I don't know. I'm hearing something weird. Did you hear something weird?
Nope.
Somebody was just talking in my headphones. Oh my God. I just did some research on Satanism, and it sounds pretty legit.
It does. It is.
Have you ever looked into Satanism? I just looked into a Satanist.
But is it recognized as a religion by the United States government?
Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know. Is it?
I'm
asking you, David.
You're the expert here, David.
Well, I would think possibly. I don't know if they would actually, but you would think that Christianity would validate Satanism because in Christianity, Satan is a real deity or god or person, and so...
Different side of the same coin.
Right. You would think that just Christianity saying that Satan exists would validate Satanism. And so they would probably have to be.
Well, you say they. I mean, there's. As you know, I've talked to some Christians that believe Satan's real. I believe there's some Christians that don't. Some Christians that think hell is real, and hell's not real. So I mean, to say I mean, it's it's tough to say a general.
Should we just narrow it down to the Catholics?
The Catholics, going back to the Catholics. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're wrong, David. It's really that simple.
Whatever. I think that it would be a bigger impact to people of faith seeing,
another validated religion, something that's big, like.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like
my junk.
Denial of Hindu, like 10 Commandments versus Hindu monument, and the Hindu monument was like knocked down or something like that, instead of 10 Commandments versus Satanist monument, and the Satanist monument was knocked down.
Well, I don't know.
It would be a little more of a recognizable impact in that way, and so that's why I'm a little bit frustrated that these groups aren't coming out to try and get their religion recognized in these courthouses and things like that.
And what are you saying to that, Steve?
I'm saying, well, so
he's caught up in semantics.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. So, well, here's the thing. So when I've talked to some so some of the Christians I've talked to, like when I've asked them about so what do you say, what do you say about Allah? A lot of them, they don't really have well, isn't it the same God? Well, more or less, yes. So they don't really have an issue. So to say oh, they're going to put up a something that praises Allah right next to our Christian thing, for me, I just don't see
See,
that would be an issue, but I think that Satanism is a smack in the face of Christianity. We
got into that yesterday also. Let's take Islam out of the picture, because yes, we know they're all Abrahamic gods.
Well,
let's just go.
Go with Buddha.
No, Hinduism. That's what I'm talking about. Hinduism, completely.
Have Shiva or something like that's in there.
Yeah, where they have hundreds of thousands of different gods, and they have all of these different, stories for how things were created, and they have their own creationism story, and it's not the same as an Abrahamic religion.
Right. So sorry, I was just thinking. You said hundreds of thousands of gods. So I was just thinking, so you have the 10 Commandments, and then you just have the rest of the lawn littered with just all their gods, just a shit ton of statues all over the place. What the fuck? I can't even, where's the 10 Commandments? It's back. It's back. No. Okay.
You need a map.
Go to down 9 rows, take a right. Yeah,
because even Muslims will say that that Christians worship the same God, they just worship the wrong prophet.
Right, and that's why. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I would find it to be less impactful, because they'll just go, "It's cool. I'm not necessarily offended by that." Whereas Satanism is like I said before, it's their enemy. That is a direct smack in the face of what it is that they believe. Whereas as the Muslim God, though they don't also believe that, I just think that'd be
But we're not talking about Islam.
I know, or whatever. It does. I mean, it doesn't matter. Anything that's any other god, like I said, that I think that they obviously think is wrong, but in terms of making an impact or perhaps even demonstrating the hypocrisy.
So then you don't think that a Hindu monument being denied on the steps of the courthouse would make a lot of Hindus pissed off and upset and say, why is our religion not being represented here?
I think it would, but Hinduism isn't that big of a... unless we're talking about a really big religion, it's not that big in the United States, so I just don't see how, Right, I mean, I said,
I see
you're
that.
Targeting Hinduism versus targeting Christians. The Satanism one is specifically targeting Christians and smacking Christians in the face, and the other ones like Hinduism and Allah or Islam and all that kind of stuff.
Right,
it's not necessarily smacking anyone.
But that's kind of where I'm getting at here, where the Satanists, they, like you said, it's recognized as a slap in the face to Christians, where they can take the assumption that they are only trying to get this monument up to slap them in the face, where if a Buddhist group or a Hindu group or a Muslim group came out to do this, they would actually be doing it to validate and get their religion recognized.
But they're already recognized?
But do you see, a statue of Krishna or Shiva on the courthouse steps?
Well, no, and even if you did, like I don't think that they'd be offended by it. Whereas the Satanist statue that's going to be next to the Ten Commandments,
I can
almost guarantee they're.
I can
people are
guarantee you that
complaining
there
like
are
motherfuckers.
some Southern Baptists or there are some hardcore Christians that would be super pissed off about the fact of having a Hindu god or even a statue of Buddha up next to their Ten Commandments.
I agree, but I think that the Satanist statue would affect more Christians than Buddha. I think that they would just be like, whatever, it's Buddha, versus what the fuck, it's Satan right next to the Ten Commandments. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys have seen the statue, but. Yeah.
No, I haven't.
What does dude, it's fucking awesome. Dude, it's Satan sitting on his throne with two children, like, looking up at him with, like...
I see it.
And he's got the, like, goat head, and...
I kind of want to get one just to put in my office, because it's fucking awesome looking.
That is really awesome looking.
Isn't that sweet?
It looks like something out of a demented Tim Burton movie.
And see, I don't know, and like I said, I think that kind of thing just demonstrates just how silly it is, and just how you know what happens when it's not your religion, when it's not what it is that you believe. Just what happens there. You watch their argument just completely crumble, and then they go, oh, well, they scream foul. People scream foul. No, it needs to be Christian. We're founded on a Christian nation and blah blah, all the other arguments you hear.
Well, see, then that kind of gets into
hey, wait a minute.
Christian nation. What?
Don't forget about the Q&A. I just want you to know.
I know.
We have 9 minutes left. Seriously.
Trying to get into that here, where it's you're mentioning this is a Christian nation, and Paul brings up again
that we're so much sexier disagreeing. I know, right?
Oh, I know.
Especially when I'm right.
You can just cut the sexual tension with a frickin' butter knife right now.
I got katanas.
Me too. I got mine right back there also. But
you guys want me to leave?
Paul,
do you want to be alone?
No, you can watch. Actually,
I've seen it already. It's been impressive.
I don't feel comfortable with that. Okay, let's bring it back.
That's right. I'll pull it out.
What do you guys think stops us atheists from acting prayer in public meetings? Our silence allows them to get away with demanding prayer in meetings, and that also goes into.
I agree.
What do you think keeps these other religious groups from going out there and trying to push to get their religion recognized also? Why is it only the atheists and the Satanists that are coming out to try and sidestep the Christian monuments that are out there?
There's a lot of apathetic people out there. A lot of people I talk to are so apathetic to they really just don't think about
that it affects them at all.
At all.
But I think there's a lot of reasons. I think a lot of individuals would have their own different reasons for it. Like you said, being apathetic, thinking, well, prayer meetings, who fucking cares? Doesn't really affect me.
It doesn't matter, right? Yeah.
Also thinking that it's kind of pointless. Nothing's going to change if one person stands up. A lot of people think that, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. It's just going to happen. May as well let it go.
That is so wrong.
Because they feel like they're in the minority. They're
outnumbered.
Because we have these politicians and these people coming out saying we're a Christian nation.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then there's also, I imagine you probably get to this. I'm going to totally steal it from you, Amanda. Just sheer fear of standing up against it. Just look what happens when atheists come out in like you're saying, Southern Baptist, heavy states and heavy, really religious families and things. People they lose their jobs, they lose their families, they get kicked out. If when it comes to politics, why don't you see a lot of people standing up and saying that a lot of Muslims in American politics, or a lot of atheists in American politics? Well, because they'd be ridiculed. They'd be, that's a political suicide almost, coming out and saying that you're anything but Christian right now.
I think there are some Muslim or Jews, I think, or Buddhists. Hang on, let me do a Google search.
Just go through all of them, and then you're set. And then there are definitely some Jew, Muslim, Christian, Satanists. One of these guys.
Anyway, yeah, I think that's also a reason that people don't do it. Myself, I don't really like ruffling feathers, especially when I'm outnumbered. We've got a lot of Christians in our town, and I just don't want to be that person, you know, like even, you know, like my son just recently, he's in kindergarten, so he started saying the pledge, and he recited it to me, and I totally forgot that they start saying the pledge, and it kind of irritated me because of that one little line that's in there, and I'm like, you know, does that bother you? And he's like, well, everybody in my class is atheist pretty much, so I just say it. I just don't want to, you know, like he doesn't want to ruffle feathers either, and I just don't want to be that mom that goes charging in there like, no, he's not going to say this.
Yeah, but you have your husband on the other hand. I'm the kind of guy that runs and, you know, screaming like fucking 300, I am atheist kind of thing, and like, scream foul kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that more people should. I hope that more people do stand up and say something.
This is what I was looking for here, the Wikipedia. In the Senate right now, it looks like there's only one Buddhist senator. Everyone else is like Presbyterian, Christian, Catholic, Jewish, Southern Baptist, Methodist, Mormon, Lutheran, Protestant, Episcopalian.
And the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around.
No Satanists? Oh.
No, I know, right?
It's such a tolerant religion.
It is.
I mean, really.
Oh, mighty Lord Satan, teach us to become strong and wise. Teach us to vanquish the enemies of our freedom and well-being. Sorry, I had to recite a prayer.
I have to say, well, I was looking that up. I Googled that. And when I Googled, like, a Satanist prayer, the first 2 pages that came up were from Angel Fire. So I don't know how much I trust them. But, of course, you know, when you use them, it's red text on a black background.
Oh, of course. The trailing, like the little like trailing letters, or whatever. That says like welcome or something.
Very bare bones. But yeah, it's man.
This is kind of interesting.
Joy of Satan Ministries, if you want to.
Satan Ministry.
So, from the Pew Research Center, it says that in the 113th Congress, there's actually 3 Buddhists that are registered in the 113th Congress, 2 Muslims and 1 Hindu.
Watch out, we got a badass over here.
Yeah. Watch out.
Man, see, do you see what I mean? I mean, and how many of them step up and say, you know, scream foul when the Christians get away with, you know, pimping their God before a meeting? None. Why? Because there's 3, 2, and 1 or whatever you just said. They're not the majority, and you know, like I said, it's committing political suicide here in the U.S. It is, by admitting that you're pretty much anything, you know. But not just admitting. Like I said, there are obviously other people of other religions, but again, I highly doubt they step up and really try to push their beliefs or lack of beliefs or say anything. They just sit by and do nothing and just let it happen because they're the minority. We let it happen. People aren't standing up to say anything, and we should. Definitely agree with that. If there's any reason, if that's not the sole reason we started this thing, right? It's just like, I don't give a shit who listens to us talk, but I want to at least get my shit out there and let other people know that, hey, there's other atheists, and though you might not be as cool as I am, you can watch my show, and I like you for it. So
you can learn, right? You can learn.
You can learn, exactly. You can learn to be as cool as me, just like my wife said. See, that's why I married her. I married her. So we have 2 minutes.
That's why you married me.
That's why I married you.
Nope.
Yes. Actually, well, never mind. We won't get into that. I'd like to sleep in the bed tonight, not the couch. So I'm just kidding. Roll eyes. Bam!
I never do that.
I know. She puts me outside.
Stupid.
So, and it's been raining lately. I really don't want to. Ground is cold. 2 minutes left. Amanda, let's go ahead and I don't know if there's anything that you wanted to say, wrap up on, to pimp, promote, throw up a gang sign.
Of course there is. Throw up a gang sign.
I don't know. Well, people on our podcast can't see it, but she just did. Trust me.
West side till I die.
She threw up a gang sign.
Well, yeah, there's lots of stuff I want to pimp. Give me about 30 minutes and I'll get started.
I just gave you an hour.
I know. I'm kind of sad. I didn't get to say as much as I wanted to because you and David had to rehash a fight that you already had yesterday.
I don't
but whatever.
We didn't even get nearly
Nowhere
as
close,
in-depth, as what we were discussing. It went crazy there.
Well, if it's on your Twitter feed, they can go and check it out.
This was a face-to-face, like we were able to slap each other and, pull each other's hair and, do things like that. So.
Oh, was that while we were out?
Out getting your nails done.
Nails did.
Having a ladies' day.
Yeah. Okay.
Ladies' night. All right.
It's all right.
No.
Since we only have one more minute here. Go ahead and do
You don't finish it by then, I'm just going to close.
Okay, whatever. Dude, you're such a dick.
Have a girls' night.
On Tuesday is our next episode of Godless Family, and we're talking about Islam.
Nice.
Yeah, Hina Databoy. She's been on the show before. She's from Skeptic. We're going to talk about Islam. It's going to be glorious. So Tuesday, 6 o'clock Pacific time. And then in the next couple of weeks, David, no. In the next couple of weeks, listen for Candace Bell and I on Quranify Me. And that's about it. Check out this fucking sweet mask David has right now. I have been fangirling over this mask because I think it's so badass.
Right?
Say something so it focuses on you, David.
Say something so that it focuses on me.
Oh, I focused on it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. So you actually have me highlighted. Thanks a lot.
Oh, do you?
Highlighted, of course.
Awesome.
Dude, I'm stoked. You said we get another one.
Do you have a story behind that mask?
Yeah.
Why do you have it?
You have a name at least, so at least give us the name.
Well, my name is El Pollo Diablo, and we are going to be doing a new project where basically I call you out and beat your ass on fallacies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's called Let's Learn Logical Fallacies.
I don't know about that, but
do you have an accent?
I know what happened.
I'm trying to do. I'm thinking Antonio Banderas.
Okay.
Antonio Banderas. Too sexy, Antonio. Oh shit.
In boots.
No, yeah, but we want to start doing more things, and we've had a couple suggestions to talk about logical fallacies, and I thought, what better way than to bring out my inner lucha and bring down the logic on people.
Oh man.
Are you and Steve are going to be doing this?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Supposedly.
And what, Steve? Are you going to wear a mask?
I am not sure, to be honest.
You're not going to hold a candle next to this dude.
I know, right? I
don't
feel
have
like
a mask of
I
some
feel
sort.
like I should, or maybe I don't know. I could do it shirtless.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that was nice that my wife got disgusted and David got excited.
We're taking votes on the shirtless thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Tweet us.
Yeah. I don't know.
Tweet us if that's something that you're interested in.
Yeah. If you want to see shirtless pics of Steve, tweet us. So we get enough, and I'll give it to you.
If you want to see shirtless pics of Steve, you don't even need to tweet. He's very free with them.
Yeah, I'll actually
give them out to whoever asks.
start sending them.
Or if you don't ask.
You don't even have to ask. I just use just my first reply. Hey Steve, how's your day? Shirtless pic.
What
the fuck?
You sent that picture to everybody in the group of you with your shirt off, like right up close, like the hair and everything, in all its glory. And so, like for a long time, until I took a new set of pictures that came up on my Google, my Google.
Do you want to share this?
It was like a giant picture of your chest, like.
Yes,
like, nice.
Chesticles. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nice. So, back to the lecture at hand. So you were saying, Godless Family is going to be moved to Tuesday.
Yes.
Derailed.
Tuesday.
Derailed, I know. And
be on Tuesdays, 6
you guys should
watch it. Watch it.
You
You should watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it, and also watch it.
Watch it. Yeah, you guys should definitely watch this. Great show. I enjoy it. I have my kids watch it with me, so it's pretty fun. Yeah. So, David, you got anything you want to pimp?
Oh, there's no time. Sorry, we're gonna
Already.
Not necessarily. Okay.
Well, kind of like I've been saying for the last every episode for the last couple of weeks, Deanna and I are going to be participating in the Washington Warrior Dash 2014 out here in. We are trying to run as sponsored runners, so please, there's links in the description to donate to us. We haven't made any more money because people are cheap.
You are cheap.
Yes, you are cheap, and I will find you and crush you.
Now it's a Russian accent.
Yeah,
All right, that was
there for a minute. That was
Involving.
This new project is
Hey.
going to be awfully interesting.
If it helps people make up their mind, they're going to be jumping over fire
That's true.
for
crawling
a good cause.
through mud.
Crawling through mud.
Crawling through mud, but
could
jumping
be
through
painted.
fire.
There is a good
Please.
possibility that I could injure myself.
Yeah.
It's
Or get
highly-
really sick.
As a matter of fact,
Sounds great.
right? I'm going to go there and throw rocks at him. So
It's a
And you
perfect
know what?
opportunity to watch somebody else suffer.
I'm
Right.
going to start tweeting my progress because tomorrow I'm going to start doing the T25 and the P90X. So if you donate, I will tweet you a shirtless pic. How about that?
there you go. See?
Ah.
And you don't even have to donate to me. I'll just send you.
I was just
So,
gonna say,
let me
Dave
know.
puts these out for free.
I'm all over it. Oh my God, my Twitter. I have 400. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anyways, all right.
400 people saying, "For the love of God, please."
Please no. I've just been blocked by 400 people. In 30 seconds. No, I guess if you're not going to pimp anything, David, I just wanted to remind everyone we got the website, www.
What did I just pimp?
You didn't pimp anything. That's what I was saying. I asked if you wanted to. You said no, not really.
Well, okay.
Well, except for yourself. Is there anything else you want to pimp other than give me money?
Give Paul money. Give
yes.
Damn the Atheist money. Give Scathing Atheist money. Give Thinking Atheist. Give Invisible Friends Show. Imaginary Friends Show.
Invisible.
Yeah. There's
Invisible
patrons.
Imaginary Friends Show.
Yeah, there's lots of patrons out there,
There's
and
lots of patrons out there. Find all of them. What we need to do is we need to start promoting the community. Also, check out the My Book of Mormon. Check out My Book of Mormon. Yeah.
I just found him.
That's probably something that we should mention also. So we did mention last time that we were going to do the Book of Mormon, but we had just found out about My Book of Mormon, and we're starting to really talk about, it's more about the community, and we don't want to do something that's going to, because he's so early in what he's doing, and we really like what he's doing, we don't want to
pimp his stuff, exactly.
Yeah, we would rather pimp the community, pimp out what he's doing, rather than trying to make something that is competing with it. So
exactly, and he's doing cool shit.
Yeah, and so we're debating whether or not to do the Watchtower Bible. I don't know, somebody mentioned that possibly we should do the Scientology bullshit.
Oh yeah, that too. Right? That would be a fun one. I think we might do that. That actually sounds like a good idea.
So, check out My Book of Mormon.
Yes. Sorry, David, it took so long. Not you, David. Book of Mormon, David. Yeah. End of the podcast, we mention you.
Yeah.
Blame this.
Help out with the community. There's a lot of good people doing good shit out there.
There is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Donate to patrons. Go to the patrons. I don't know. I almost I'm tempted to create a patron for us, but in all honesty, I mean, it'd be cool to get help, but at the same time, I'm
vetoing that. I'm vetoing that. I just want to put that out there.
I would rather just
express my disinterest in that.
Okay, rich girl. Sorry.
Rich girl. I don't need your money, peasants. Keep your money. I got plenty of my own.
Well, good. Well, then, I guess, right? I guess, yeah. I mean, whatever money you were thinking about sending to us, please send to one of those other podcasts, because they do awesome stuff, and I definitely want to see more things with them. Plus, if you tell them that Steve sent you from Prophetcast, maybe they'll actually ask me to be on their show. Guys, anyone? Anyways, yeah. So donate to the patrons, because that shit's cool.
And watch all their shows. Honestly.
Definitely. Oh yeah, right. Of course. Other than give money.
Really should not be competing with each other or getting into petty arguments about things, because we're not doing each other any favors. We're not doing the community any favors by fighting amongst ourselves.
Exactly.
Unite, atheists.
Right.
Atheists unite.
Free thinkers.
Perfect.
Join me in the arena against the infidels.
Man.
Okay.
And his many accents.
I think I'm not even going to be able to use an accent, because it's going to go from like Scottish to Irish to freaking Spanish to Russian.
Well,
I can
then
do a
I'll
pretty
jump
good
in.
Russian accent, actually.
Well, yeah, the Russian's pretty fun though, right? But anyways. Anyways, I digress.
The podcast has gotten more fun as we've gone over time.
Right? That works, yeah.
And boo-hoo.
I know, it's got to end. As Dave was saying, pimp the community, guys. Check out everybody on Twitter. Follow people on Twitter. There's a lot of good people on Twitter. That Twitter. I'm gonna say Twitter 10 more times.
Twitter tracker.
Sorry. I'm just looking at Twitter right now, and I'm just thinking it. So follow them. Definitely, like Amanda said, go check out a lot of their podcasts. You can, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, you can email us if you guys have questions or comments, concerns, anything you guys want to say. You can email us at prophetcast@thoughtprophets.com, or you can hit me or David or Amanda up at our names at Thought Prophets, so Steve, David, and Amanda, or any of the other ones. You can tweet. Yep, Mandarg, at Dave Theist, and at Steve Hayes. So definitely hit us up there. Like I said, check out our website, follow us on Twitter, and join our Facebook and Google Plus group by simply searching for Thought Prophets. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us tonight and pimping your show and doing what you do. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Seriously.
I know that. I'm very well aware of that.
Right. And David, thank you for jumping in tonight.
Absolutely.
Yay!
It was a pleasure to be here.
Right.
I'm just going to have too much fun.
See?
Can I hire you for, like, parties?
What kind of parties?
I might scare the little children, but I
we didn't say anything about children.
Yeah, you guys just ruined it.
Those kind of parties. Yes.
Speaking of ruining
I
it,
shall bring the lube.
and there it goes. Well, again, guys, check us out. Please email us, follow us on Twitter, and you have a godless night.